My daughter is having an affair with a married neighbor. I told her she needs to move out of my house. Last week I caught my daughter 21 leaving our neighbor's house early in the morning. I was getting a drink around 3 in the morning and watched her leave their house, and she snuck across the yard and went through our basement door. Our neighbor is married and probably 30. I assume his wife was gone for the night as her car wasn't there. The next morning I went down to my daughter's room and confronted her. At first she denied it, but she eventually said that she has been sleeping with him for a couple months. I lost it at that point and yelled at her, telling her he is married and she is helping to ruin a marriage. I told her that she needs to tell the wife or she needs to move out. She is clearly upset and thinks I'm overreacting. My wife is also thinking I'm going too far. I get that the neighbor is the main issue, but I'm really disappointed in my daughter. She knows his wife and has even babysat for them. Is telling her to confess or move out too far? Edit. Wow, thank you all for responding. I'm sorry I couldn't respond to more of you. Some context I failed to put in here. My wife is very upset. She isn't citing the affair. In fact, she was cheated on by an ex. She understands this better than I do. I think that is a big part of why I'm so angry. My wife is also a better person than I am. She is the only reason I'm the man I am today. I have too much respect to let people, even anonymously, insinuate that she is a problem here. I should have done a better job in explaining her side. Any comment saying anything bad about my wife will be met with a big fuck you. Writing all this out and reading comments has been incredibly helpful. I haven't changed my mind, but it's made me think about the situation more. Especially looking at the future and my relationship with my daughter. I just shot a text to my daughter and apologized for my anger and asked her to go get a drink with me tonight and talk. I told her I'm sorry I didn't ask her how she is feeling. I need to get my composure back before my next work call here in a few minutes, but we'll continue to read and reply to comments as I have time today. Edit 2, just going to put thoughts here instead of commenting. Wow, so many comments. While yes, I may be seeming to backtrack a bit with reaching out to my daughter, I don't see how that is bad. She is my daughter and I love her so much. For those who think she would stop talking to us if we kicked her out, I raised her to be independent and accept consequences for her actions. It's hard to explain our relationship, but I know she wouldn't stop talking to us if we did force her to move. She also would figure it out as she is a smart woman. She would love out of our house, not our life. I'm always her dad. On that note, this is the dad writing, not the mom as some of you have thought. Also, not worried about violence from the neighbor's wife. Unfortunately she is a very sweet woman. Which makes everything worse. But I wouldn't put my daughter in danger. I confirmed my daughter hasn't told the husband we know. I will be watching his behavior as I'm not sure how he will react. Last thing is I find it funny. I was drinking water not alcohol when I saw her. I woke up and went to the kitchen and saw her from the window. But I appreciate the links to AA. I really should have made my original post longer. Sorry for all the edits. I'll update after I talk with my daughter. Update, sorry I didn't update this last night. Forgot there were basketball games on and fell asleep watching. I went out for drinks with my daughter. It was awkward at first. We just talked about work and her schooling for a while. It felt nice to just talk about normal things for a bit. At some point she just asked me if I was proud of her. I almost broke down when she asked that. I said yes, I am proud of her. Though I'm not proud of the mistake that you made. I talked a bit about why what she did made me so upset, but that nothing she could ever do would make me love her less. She told me more about how she got involved with the neighbor. I won't share too much. It's nothing terrible like many of you are assuming. They knew each other as they had her babysit their baby over the last year. One night she was out with friends and ran into the husband at the bar. That's when things progressed and the affair started. During this same time she was going through a breakup that was rough. I knew she was going through that, but didn't realize how bad it was. I told her that she is an adult and responsible for her own actions. That I don't want her in my house doing things like this. We talked about telling the wife. My daughter is scared to tell her. She isn't sure how the husband will react once the affair is out. I'm going to go with her tomorrow while the husband is at work and tell her together. My daughter also wants to move out. She said it's something she had been thinking about before. And now she said it would be awkward with this being in the open. She started to cry about how she didn't realize the damage she was doing. Knowing that she is the other woman and helped to break or at least hurt this marriage. I talked about her mom and her past and what that was done to her. That's about it. We cried together. Had tough discussions. Tomorrow we will let the wife know and I'll help my daughter move to my sister's place for a while. I told her things will probably get worse before they get better.